and welcome back to our Montreal Majestic expansion series. Of course, we've added 6 teams to the franchises, and well, we're not having the best of times. Only the 5 wins so far for the season. Of course, we are simulating most of those and only playing against, the teams that we've brought in here to this MyLeague series. So we're going to continue on with that again today. We'll get another couple of games in, and hopefully I might skip a couple sort of thing. I don't want to play every single gun. I want to progress this because we need draft picks. We need to progress through a few seasons. Otherwise, this series is just going to go on all year with only 1 episode per week. But I'm happy with that. It's a good bit of a change up from playing FIFA. So we will jump into this. I am, reading the comments and all that as per usual on this channel. We might change the camera angle back away from the 2K. Apparently it's not that friendly when you're actually watching it as a consumer, and that's pretty much what matters on a video sense. I will get better at the game eventually, and hopefully we get some decent draft picks by the end of the season, because we are not looking too good. But anyway, let's go and check the calendar. Let's get into this episode. Right, so where are we up to? Where are we up to? We are here in December. Now, we've already played St. Louis not too long ago. I think it was in the last episode we played St. Louis. We got smashed. So, obviously, I've changed those settings that you asked for. So, the score lines, average all out. So, a pretty comprehensive beating from St. Louis. We just need to get into a game where we can, run out the minutes. I mean, we've picked up all of our wins here, so maybe that team chemistry is starting to build. But I'm going to skip this game here against St. Louis, see how they go in the simulation. We'll move into January. I don't think we've taken on the Albuquerque Aeronauts, so we'll play them in this episode. There's an all-star weekend coming up there. And then we would move into February, and I think we'll get all the way through here to the March, in fact. We'll get through to March, we'll play the Seattle Supersonics, and that's where we'll call this episode, and then we're not too far off the finish of the season. And then we'll be looking at some draft picks and hopefully bringing in some hot talent. So let's get simulating up to this Albuquerque game on the 12th of January. We'll play that one. Right, so simulations are complete. We got a win there against St. Louis, 108-102. We lost to Charlotte. Got smashed on Christmas by the Timberwolves, beaten by the Magic. We then beat the Indiana Pacers 139-112 before losing to Sacramento 113-95. We beat the Knicks by 40 points and then lost a doubleheader against the 76ers before fighting back for a win here against the Bucks, and that is a big one. Now we have the Albuquerque Aeronauts, so we are going to take them on in today's episode. Let's get into it. Right, here we are. We are at the pit in Albuquerque to take on the Aeronauts, and we'll see if we can get some sort of campaign going here today. I need to change the camera angle. Alright, so our home court advantage is D for Albuquerque. I've managed to fix up the names. Oh, we've got the tip-off as well. So we're trying this broadcast camera. Mcdaniels goes for 3. Misses out. So it's going to be a little bit tougher for me to play. But that's fine. As long as it's enjoyable to watch, that is probably the main thing. Oh, Hampton, big assist through to Carmelo Anthony.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Oh, Mcdaniels drives the line and gets us into the game. 4 points now for the Majestic. Oh, cha-ching. Big 3 for Albuquerque.
Unloads from 9.
Good from Zubac. That's better. Get inside that key. Get some board points.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Oh, that's it. Oh, there's a foul. We'll go to the spot. It's 10-6. It's a low-scoring encounter so far. But we'll see if we can get some points here from the free throw line. And there we go. At the end of the first quarter, it's Albuquerque by 5 points, but a very low-scoring affair thus far. Bang! There we go. Good ball inside for Mcdaniels. And close the gap to 3. Oh, Mcdaniels. And he'll get the assist for this one. We're back in the game. Mcdaniels has got 5 or 6 rebounds already in this one. And now he gets an assist for the Majestic.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing.
Oh, Carmelo. Lovely maneuvers, and we've got the lead here in the second quarter. Jeez, I almost went half.
This might be 2 weeks, 2 months. Something like
Oh, Hampton, he's too quick. Straight in for the layup. Starting to find some touch here in this game now. Got the steal. There's Carmelo. Oh, beautiful. Showing some resurgence here of the Majestic. 3-point lead. Oh, Hampton. Yes, lad. Use that pace. Carmelo is having some sort of a game here. Carmelo Anthony. Get in. 7-point lead.
12 seconds left to play here in the half. Sumner passes to Mcdaniels.
Oh, Mcdaniels inside. He's turning into a force. A couple of seasons, and he is going to be a big player here at the Majestic as long as we can hold on to him.
Holiday with the three. And
There we go, halftime. It's a 6-point lead to the Majestic. A big quarter.
Shot clock at 6. Out to the wing. Here's Hampton.
Oh, Hampton! Big 3 buckets. I'd love to turn him into a 3-point destroyer.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning.
Ah, cha-ching. Oh, we left him wide open.
He's guarded by waiters.
Oh, Carmelo! Carmelo!
They're finding the lead, a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Oh, left wide open. And Albuquerque have just gone on a hot run. And they now lead by 1.
Here's Hampton.
Oh, yes. Get in there, Hampy. Oh, Mcdaniels. Yes, lad. Restore that lead. It's 3 points. It's been a tight third quarter here.
As ugly as you can have, you're right.
Oh, Mcdaniels. Yes, lad.
Now it's a foul. He got it up.
Ah, gets a bucket on the buzzer. It's a 3-point ball game going into the final quarter. The Majestic are in the lead.
From the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, Hampton, you love it. You love to see a man taking the game on.
Over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Good work defensively by Anthony. And so it's Anthony bringing it up.
Oh, that's a ball. Ah, full run of the court. And the Majestic, well, just holding on to a lead here. 2 minutes to go.
Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hampton.
Oh, Hampton just decides to go for it. Less than 30 seconds left in the game. But anything can happen. We've got to nail these free throws. Come on, Hampo. You've been the rock today. He nails the first. Yes, lad. It's a 3-point buffer. And he nails the second. Get in, lad. Timeout, Aeronauts. Oh, he's nailed it. And we might get our first playing win. Oh, look out. Yes, it's over. There's no way they're getting this one back. Carmelo from long. Oh, there we go. It's a victory for the Majestic on the road. 60-54. All right, we scored some points in that one. Hampton with 18 points, McDaniel 14, Carmelo checking in with 12. And 6 rebounds for McDaniels as well, 8 for Zubic. And a spirited performance, 7 rebounds for Moreland. I mean, we just played a defensive game and eventually hit them on the boards and came away with a victory. Well done, Majestic. Right, we've got a lot to catch up on here. A loss to the Celtic. We got a win here against the Wizards, 118-110. A loss to the Clippers. Loss to the Grizzlies. We beat the Cavaliers by 3 points. Lose to the Celtics. Lose to the Raptors. Lose to the Hawks. Lose to the Celtics. Lose to the Magic. The All-Star weekend kicks in. We lose to the Rockets. We lose to the Raptors. We beat the Grizzlies by 20 points. Then get a win over Portland before losing to the Heat and the All-Star games. Then we lose to the Pistons. We beat the Cavs again, an absolute demolition. Then we beat the Nets, went on a bit of a run, beat the Phoenix Suns, and then we lost to the Warriors by 20 points. We now have a game against the Seattle Supersonics. Time to get into the game against the Seattle Supersonics, who are definitely not having the best of seasons. I think they're 5-55, so Yeah, look at that starting lineup. I mean, they haven't recruited well, unfortunately. Hampton's up to a 79 now, so Majestic starting to make a run. We're a 17-41 at side, but that is going to change as we progress through the season. So let's get into this game against the Seattle Supersonics. All right, here we are at the Key Arena to take on Seattle back into the NBA after quite a considerable time away. But we have more victories than they have this season. They're having a very poor season, to be fair. Only the 5 wins. But they've got a home court advantage over negative B. Oh, Mcdaniels with a clear lane. And that's a lovely little layup to open proceedings here in the first quarter. 2-0. Oh, Mcdaniels has started off well. Gets the shooting foul as well. And he'll go to the line. Oh, Hampton and Mcdaniels starting to combine well. He's got 6 points already, Mcdaniels. A big first quarter. And Mcdaniels has 8.
Right now are searching for a bucket.
Oh, Mcdaniels. He is on fire here in the first quarter. He's got 10 points. Oh, Mcdaniels. He can't miss at the moment. He is on fire. 12 points. He scored them all.
Misses the 3.
McDaniels having a big game. Hampton gets up, gets the rebound, and gets the points. 14-5. Oh, almost. Well, there we go into the first quarter. 16-5. We have absolutely decimated Seattle here in the first quarter. Let's hope we can keep up this intensity.
And Terrence Ferguson subbed in for Ben McLemore. And Montreal making a change here. Here's Magruder.
Oh, Magruder just took it straight to the line. Draws the foul as well. Against Patty Mills. Magruder, oh, makes it a 3-point play. It's a 9-point lead.
Anthony kicks to Zubas.
Oh, Zubas, scamped in. Montreal are having a field day.
Definitely a factor early.
Oh, Zubas loves that little mid-range jumper. We are running this game.
Passes it to Miles.
Oh, big 3-pointer. Seattle fighting back here. It's within 6 points. Montreal have gone cold here. And it's back to within 1 point now. Oh, and the interception pass. And well, Seattle, they're going to take a lead here. And he's missed it. There is half-time. Seattle fight back in the second quarter, and there's only 1 point in it.
Now the pass to Miles.
Ah, he's nailed a big 3. And Seattle are just pegging away. Oh, McDaniels. Big.
Kicks to McDaniels. Over Johnson.
Oh, McDaniels. He is finding a lot of points tonight. Need to rebuild this lead.
Anthony, the pass to Hampton.
Oh, yes, Hampton! Big 3.
Anthony. 124 left.
Oh, McDaniels. Oh, no. Seattle back in the game again. They just won't go away. And there we go, end of the third. We hold on to our lead just. It's a 1-point ball game going into the final quarter.
So it's Montreal now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Oh, Hampton, lovely. Lovely.
Knocks it loose.
Oh, Hampton got the steal. And he'll just drive it home. Bam! Hampton! Get in there, building a lead again, Montreal. Oh, Carmelo! Just settles us down a little bit. Seattle's starting to fight back here in the fourth. 2 minutes to go. It's a 5-point lead.
13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Passes it to Magruder. Lets it go from deep.
Oh, yes, Magruder. Big 3. And this one might be just about done. And there we go. A 10-point victory over the Seattle Supersonics. And our season slowly starting to turn around. Well, Mcdaniels with 24 points really ran the show here today. Hampton chipped in with 13 and 7 rebounds as well from Mcdaniels. That is a big game from him. Zubic with 9 rebounds. And the boys are just chipping in, getting the job done. Held on there at the end and a couple of minutes, well, 1 minute for a couple of the lads just checking in there at the end. So a good performance here from the Majestic. Right, so after the win against the Supersonics, we lost to the Nuggets and the Hornets. We've got Albuquerque, Aeronauts, St. Louis, Honolulu, Seattle up again before we finish off the season. So what I think we'll do in the next episode is we'll play this Albuquerque game, and then we'll go all the way through to the Honolulu game, and then we will finish off the season. Let's go and check on, if the players have been growing and that kind of stuff. All right, so Hampton is a 79. He hasn't grown much more. McClung down to a 70 and Jackson down to a 70 because they're not getting any minutes, unfortunately. Maybe we should have sent them to the lower leagues or something like that. Maybe let me know in the comments what we should be doing, these guys that aren't getting the minutes. Magruder is a 73. Sumner, 72. Brown is a 71. Carmelo, still at a 75, 35 years of age. Nader, a 73. Pinson's down 1 to a 70. BJ Johnson is 70. McDaniels is a 76, and he's a 3-level scorer. 3-point scoring power forward. Yeah, all right. Moreland is 74, and Montgomery is a 68. Zubac has just got himself injured. He's got a pulled calf muscle, so he'll be missing for 4 to 6 weeks, which means he's down 1. Corwetta is down 1 to a 70, and, well, he's going to be getting a lot of minutes now because Zubac is currently injured. Well, let's have a look at the league standings in the Eastern Conference. It's the Atlanta Hawks at the top. And how are our transition sides going here? Probably not. Oh, Baltimore sitting there, 25 and 38, not too bad. What else have we got here? We are at the bottom, obviously, 18 and 43. But, catching Charlotte, a couple more wins might see us come off the bottom. But, yeah, the two sides here in the Eastern Conference not doing too well in their first season. On the western side, it is the Lakers who have only lost 15 games. That is a big effort. Are any of our teams doing good? That is the question. We keep going further down. The Sharks are 18 and 45, Albuquerque 15 and 49, and Seattle 5 and 58. That is a horrendous season. Hopefully they get a decent lottery pick. So the playoff picture is starting to look like this. None of our teams are going to be anywhere near this in this first season, but hopefully, they get some good picks through the next few and trade well, and you never know, they might beat us to an NBA championship. Lottery odds look like this at the moment. The Seattle Supersonics are tipped to be at the top. We currently sit in 6th, so yeah, not too bad. Charlotte, St. Louis, all of these teams are going to get some good picks. Maybe we'll be able to trade some players, and you never know, we might be able to steal some of those better picks going into the next draft. Well, I thought we were actually last, but it's St. Louis that are actually in bottom place. So, yeah, I must have just stopped scrolling thinking that we were in last place, but it's actually the St. Louis Lightning currently sitting in last with a 9 and 55 record. So, good to see the Majestic putting a few victories together. 18 for the season now, and that is where we'll finish today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. The Sparring DK channel now has Patreon, and if you feel like just going that little extra step to help, the channel grow, you can go across to the website, pledge your allegiance to myself, and for $1 a month, you're basically putting it in a jar and allowing for us to go and buy some more beers and record some more beer drinking episodes. Thank you very much to the current lads that have gone ahead and supported the channel. Absolutely tremendous to see anybody willing just to give that $1 a month at this stage. I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really will make a difference in the future. So jump across there if you're that way inclined to the Patreon channel. Sign up today and we'll see if we can get some extra beer drinking episodes for you at home. Now, if you are looking for some more content, we've got a couple of videos. One here, and if you want to subscribe, there's a button right there. So go ahead, subscribe, and you'll be notified when the videos